Hi. This week's Torah portion is Chaye Sarah, the life of Sarah, which is interesting because Sarah is only mentioned 3 times. The first comes up in the first pasuk. It says that Sarah lived 100 years and 20 years and 7 years, and this was the life of Sarah. Some of the commentators say that these years, each group, represents parts of Sarah's life, her wisdom, her beauty, what she did in life. From this I learned that part of the meaning of life is what you do. The next time her name comes up, Sarah is mentioned as Abraham is burying her. It's important because Abraham has just purchased this land to be an achuzat kever. But what's important is not the land. The land is just a support system to uphold Sarah's inheritance, her spiritual legacy. We see this also in the 3rd time her name comes up, and that is when Isaac takes Rivka to be his wife. It says that he found comfort in Rivka after the death of his mother. From this I learned that your value is not only in what you do or in the legacy that you leave, but in the relationships that you support and the love that you create. And if we're looking at this parsha as the life of Sarah and what we remember from the life of Sarah, it's appropriate that we would have something to carry this with, some vessel to inherit her light with. And what do we have? We have Hevron, the modern-day land surrounding the cave of Machpelah, where Abraham and Sarah are buried. But when I visited Hevron this year, it didn't feel like a spiritual inheritance. It felt hurtful. It broke my heart to see streets where only certain people are allowed to walk, to see children playing behind barbed wires, to see women looking out of their windows behind grates and fences to protect against broken glass. I saw signs, Mavet la'Aravim, death to the Arabs, and I couldn't believe it. I felt betrayed by my own people. That here in Hevron, the inheritance I have is strife. This doesn't seem to be in alignment with the life of Sarah or the life of Abraham. What I see of them in Tanakh, I see Abraham and Sarah rushing to greet their guests. Abraham, who's only just had a circumcision, presumably in a great deal of pain, and yet when he sees guests on the horizon, he rushes to do everything he can for them, without asking who they are or where they're from. And Sarah too. Sarah puts aside her own feelings, her own wish for a child, to honor her husband. She offers him Hagar so that he could have his son. Both of them create loving kindness in the world. I want a spiritual inheritance. I want Hevron. But I want it to be a place that honors the memory of Sarah and Abraham. I want it to be a land that supports people who support each other. I want it to be a place where Judaism is upheld, not by might or soldiers, but by love for other people. At the end of the parsha, it says that the land rose up, vayikam hasadeh, to be in the possession of Abraham. I hope that in the coming years we are able to raise the land up, to be not only a material inheritance of land, but also to be a spiritual inheritance, a place that honors the memory of Abraham and Sarah through loving kindness.